Hey there, I care and you matter. I'm Shannon, and today we're going to be talking about how to make a hard decision that you won't regret. But first, a quick story. Many, many years ago, let's see, how many years ago? About 16 years ago now, I was sitting at a park watching Jason and our older son Nate play on a jungle gym. And we were probably about 6 months into the adoption process of our youngest son, Mark, from Guatemala. We had discovered his profile and accepted his referral for adoption when he was about 5 months old, and he had been in foster care from the day he was born until that point, and he had been waiting for a family, for a match, and we decided we wanted to welcome Mark into our family. And so as I was sitting on that pretty fall, unseasonably warm fall day for us here in the Pacific Northwest, I was watching Nate and Mark play. My phone rang, and I unzipped my purse and I answered my phone. And it was our adoption attorney, and she was crying uncontrollably and apologizing and telling me there had been some developments. As part of an international adoption, in Guatemala at least, they required DNA tests to make sure that the birth mother who surrendered or placed the child for adoption was in fact the birth mother. And it turns out she was in fact Mark's birth mother, but unfortunately the DNA results revealed much more, shall we say, sinister information that I won't get into here, but I'm sure you can figure it out. And so we were given 24 hours to make a very difficult decision. We could either proceed with the adoption as planned with this new knowledge, or we could walk away relatively financially unscathed. We would forfeit our $500 adoption fee that we placed to hold Mark's file for adoption, but we would get, I believe at that point we'd paid $4,500, and we were paying monthly payments for Mark's foster care while he was still in Guatemala, while the adoption process was taking place. But ultimately we had to decide, okay, were we going to still bring Mark into our family, or were we going to walk away and pretend it all didn't happen? Jason saw me from across the park, and I was calm but crying. I didn't want little Nate. Nate was 3 years old at that point, and I didn't want him to be traumatized by this. I didn't want him to know anything was going wrong, but I was devastated. So I told Jason's like, what's wrong? And I said, we can't talk now, but that was the adoption attorney, and we definitely need to talk later. So we got home. We got Nate entertained with toys. I think we put Thomas the Tank Engine on for him, so we could have auditory privacy as well. And I told him what happened. And I said, what are we going to do? How do you make a difficult decision? How do you make a decision that's going to affect the rest of your life, no matter which way you go, which way you choose? And the future is more bleak than bright, no matter which way you go. How do you make a decision like that? And Jason said, it's simple. Are we the kind of people who would walk by a dying man on the street? Or are we the kind of people who stop and help? We made that decision to adopt Mark and accept everything that entailed and included. And here I am 16 years later. And while it's been a long, difficult, trying road, I can honestly tell you I would do it again. And so I'm here from a point of experience to tell you there is a very easy way to make hard decisions that you will never regret. So what are the steps? I've broken it down to 4 specific steps. Number 1, evaluate who you are. Who are you right now? Are you the kind of person who would... in that moment when Jason said that, it made it very clear cut for me. No, I'm not that kind of person. If somebody needs help, I stop. I do that. I'm not scared of hard things. I don't relish them. I don't enjoy them. Who does? I'm human too. But I don't shy away from them. I will do what needs to be done. So think about who you are. Let that guide your decision. Next, think about who you want to be. Oftentimes it's the small decisions, that define us. And those small decisions add up. They reflect our character. They tell the world about us. Even when the world doesn't know, it tells us who we are and who we're becoming. So think about who you are and who you want to be. Next, sit with it for a second. Try it on for size. And size. Does it fit you? Does it fit where you are in your life? Does it fit where you want to be? Does it bring you peace? Maybe not knowing that it's easy, but peace that it's the right decision, that it fits with your priorities. Number 4, appreciate that the right decision isn't always the easy decision. And recognize that the easy decision might feel good in the moment, but it's not always the right decision long term. And lastly, know that whatever you choose, whatever choice you make, if you've walked through it and if you've thought about it and you've thought of all these different things, it might very well be the right decision for you right now, given what you know. And what I mean by that is you can't hold yourself responsible. Well, you can, but you shouldn't. You should let yourself off the hook for what you don't know when you don't know it. And that's how I avoid regret. It's very easy to have regret. That's a reaction. Oh, I wish. Oh, if only I'd done this. Oh, if only I had done that. I wish I'd made a different decision. But you know what? You probably would have if you'd had the benefit of knowing all that you know now. It's very easy to look back because none of us have a magic wand or a crystal ball. We don't know the future. So all we can do is make the very best choice, even when they're difficult, in the moment where we are with what we know. And we can always stand on that. We can stand on the facts. The facts can give us a solid foundation to make a well-informed or the best informed decision we can make. Again, know who you are. Know who you want to be. Try it on for size. Rarely do we have to make a decision in the moment. Take yourself off the timer for a moment. We had 24 hours. Oh, that is not a long time. But it was enough time for us to intentionally walk through all the ramifications and consequences of both decisions. We had to be intentional about it. We had to set aside a couple hours and really walk through all of the possibilities. But try it on for size. Be intentional about that. Again, try it on for size for fit. Does it fit you? Does it fit who you are? Does it fit who you want to be? And does it bring your heart and your head comfort and clarity? Even if it means a lot of work down the road or even a lot of hardship down the road. And lastly, whatever choice you make, stand strong in it. Know that it's the right decision for you right now, given all that you know. And then in the future, when you look back, you might wonder, how could things have been different? How things might have worked out. But it doesn't matter because you know in your heart and your head that you made the very best choice from a difficult position with the information that you have at the time. Ooh, this was a hard video for me to film. But I appreciate you being here for it, and I hope that you've gained some information that might help you in a difficult situation, making a difficult choice. If you've liked this video, I ask that you pay the fee. What's the fee? Share me. Share this video with somebody who you think might enjoy similar content or might be helped by this information. For now, if you you give me a like and a quick comment, I'd sure appreciate it. Until the next time, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.